Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode number 16 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. For some reason this harvester keeps rotating, even though I don't want it to. I don't know what's causing it, I don't know if it's just a visual bug or what, but I'm going to try and plug it back down and see if it wants to behave. That's going a little bit better now. You go in there. Thank you. Ah, so much better. Don't know why it was being weird, but I don't know, I probably did something wrong. So last episode, as you guys should recall, we set up this nifty little feed station. We set up, you know what, that's funny, this thing rotated too. Look at you. Weird. I wonder if there's a bug with MFR machines rotating. If that's the case, I'm going to have to handle that a little bit. But never the worry, we'll figure it out. If it is, I'll have to just track it down and fix it, or tell whoever, whatchamacallit, that there's a weird issue going on. We'll figure it out, don't worry. Anyway, so we've got a bunch of mob essence in here. This thing is currently idle because we're holding a redstone signal on because there's not enough animals nearby to, you know, get rid of. Now, if I were to give this guy a bunch of wheat, and we're going to automate this episode as well. So wheat goes into the feed station, and the cows get fed, and they produce offspring. And then at that point, it detects that there's enough cows nearby, and it'll start, you know, getting rid of some of them and giving me a bunch of steak. You can see I've already cooked up several steak, and we've also got some leather coming in here as well, which is going to be pretty darn useful. So in just a moment here, we should probably see, and look, a cow snuck out. Silly cow. So anyway, that's how the feed station works. It's going to be pretty cool. I'm really glad that it worked out as well as it did. Now what I need to work on is getting more wheat. This farm is awfully slow. I wonder if there's a way we can speed it up. As a matter of fact, there is. And there's a way to do it that's not only like super cool and fun to build, but using mods that we've currently already got up and running. That's right, it's time to do a little bit more playing with Botania. Now there's lots of functional flowers that you can get. We've already seen a couple flowers from Botania that really are just kind of geared towards generating mana, right? So we've got a skeleton in here. I should really light up this room. It's one of the rooms I haven't lit up yet, so at nighttime monsters do show up. I should fix that. So anyway, how are we doing? Oh, we're out of coal. Haha. But our mana pool's doing pretty good. We've got a hefty supply of mana in there. We should have a ton of coal, as a matter of fact. Yeah, we've got plenty of the stuff. I'm going to grab 2 more stacks and go ahead and drop it into my hopper here. This automation system, by the way, is working beautifully. I'm really pleased with how well it's turned out. Let's go ahead and take off our magnet because I don't want the coal to suck towards my player. And how are we doing with mana? Oh, right. Look at that. The pool's about halfway full. Maybe just a smidge under halfway, give or take. But it's looking good. And we probably just dropped a piece of coal. Yeah, we did. So now everything's running like it should be. All right. So what I want to work on today is a flower from Botania called the agricarnation. This flower is going to help to boost the speed at which plants can grow. However, it's going to require some mana. So what I want to focus on right now is getting some mana over near this farm, and then we're going to set up the agricarnation so that it can use that mana to go ahead and help boost the speed at which plants can grow. Sound like a fun project? I think so. So in order to make the agricarnation, we're going to need a few things here. We're going to need some redstone root, which is really not too bad. It's just a combination in a crafting table of redstone and tall grass. And in order to get that, I just need some shears. Man, I have 2 sets of shears apparently, so I'm doing a good job already. The other thing we're going to need, by the way, is, if we go back here and shift-click on the rune of spring, we're going to need some saplings and wheat and a couple other runes, fire and water. Fire requires nether brick, gunpowder, and nether wart. Oh boy, sounds like I might be going to the nether. And water requires fishing, sugarcane, bone meal. That won't be a problem. I might need to, like I said, take a trip into the nether to get some of the things I need. So let's get ourselves some tall grass here. That'll help out. Looks like it decided to rain on me. That's never fun. And let's see, heading into bed yet? No, not quite. So I'll toss all this stuff in here for now. Let's prepare to go to the nether. Now, the last couple times I've been to the nether, I'm going to say it's not been a great experience. Lots of monsters down there, lots of terrible, nasty things. So let's do a couple things to prepare for going to the nether. I'm going to make myself some armor. Let's put away for now these dark boots. They're great and all, but they're almost out of durability, and they're really not too useful until we upgrade them. And I'm not really at a technological level to do any upgrades, so we're going to hold off on that for now. What I am going to make is quite a bit of armor from Botania, because, hey, that's the mod we're currently working with a bit, and there's some pretty nifty items here. So Mana Steel gives us the opportunity to create equipment. We can make all kinds of weapons and tools, but we can also make armor. The nice thing about Mana Steel in general is its high enchantability. Okay, basically it has similar properties to iron, but with much higher enchantability level. Kinda, I want to say it's similar to the enchantability of gold, but I don't know if it's exactly that high. And it'll also not take damage on the item, provided there's a mana tablet or something else in the inventory. It'll use mana off of that instead. So, let's take a look. If I wanted to get myself a full set of armor, I'm going to need 5 plus 8 is 13, plus 7 is 24 Mana Steel. Okay, so we'll get that right here, and we'll put away the remaining 8. So hopefully I've got enough mana to make all this armor. So we'll pop over here and just start dropping. By the way, you can drop blocks in at a time if you want to. So let's make ourselves a quick set of armor for this stuff. So here's the helmet. Here's the chest plate. We'll get the leggings and the boots. This is a good early game armor set because it can use mana to go ahead and take its damage durability. Let's take a look at this thing. We're going to make sure that this is sparing mana to items, and I'm going to drop my mana tablet in there. And what that's going to do is it's going to fill up the mana tablet with its mana. It's going to drain it out of the pool. So you can see here we're significantly impacting the amount of mana in this mana pool. Something I'm not too worried about, mostly because we've got this awesome setup here, and I should at some point make another endo flame or something. That should be enough. I want to leave a little mana in here for some operations. And alright, we've got a ton of mana in our mana tablet. Alright, there's one more thing I want to make that's really going to help us out in the nether. Let's take a look. The Pyroclast pendant is a bauble that absorbs low heat while it's worn. If the wearer is caught on fire and is not directly standing in fire or lava, it'll basically get extinguished. So I'm going to need a rune of the summer and fire. Oh, I need another fire rune? You're killing me. So do I have nether wart and nether bricks by chance? I doubt it. Oh, I do have nether wart. Nice. Well, I'm going to need to go to the nether anyway. Do I have nether brick? I can get it just from smelting netherrack, right? So, I mean, I can get away without going to the nether, I think, for now, but I'm still going to because I'm going to want a couple other things while I'm there. We're also going to need some gunpowder. That shouldn't be a problem. And we're going to need a few mana steel. So let's get, like, 6 of these. And we're going to want some gunpowder, which should be in my mob drop chest. And then my nether brick. Cool. So that'll get us what I need for this guy. And then I'm also going to need a rune of the summer, which is going to need a slime ball, melon, earth, and air. Boy, oh boy, I have lots of runes to get. Let me get all the ingredients I need, and then we'll come back and craft this stuff. All right, in order to get what I want to get, I'm going to need a melon. Unfortunately, as we can see here, I need a melon. I don't have melons yet, so I'm going to have to look for a village or some other source of melons. There's a couple options I can go with. I'm going to look real quick around and see if I can find a village, and if I can't, oh well. Now, before I go exploring the world, I don't want to get stuck in the middle of the night with monsters showing up. So what I'm going to do is make a sleeping bag. Hooray! The sleeping bag is a nifty little gadget. It allows you to basically carry around an item that you can sleep in. So you don't have to carry a bed with you, and it shouldn't set your spawn. So what you should wind up with is being able to just take a nap, pass through the night, and not have to worry about any kind of trouble. Sound like a good idea? I thought so too. Hey, are you running, Mr. Planter, or what? Are you going to plant some seeds for me? That would be super. Why are you stuck to idle as well? I'm thinking MFR machines might be acting a little bit funny. We're going to have to figure that out. If it is the case, I might have to redo a little bit of my farming, but I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, let me go for a run out in the world here. I'm just going to see if I can find any kind of village. Oh, nice. Check it out. Journey map. Hooray. I found a village. I'm not too far from my main base. My base is back here-ish, and I just came running down this way, and it looks like there's a village just over this hill. Let's see what they have to find for us. You'll notice I took damage here, but didn't lose any durability on my armor. Thank you, mana tablet, which, by the way, the blue flashing on my experience bar represents the amount of mana in the tablet. So I guess the main thing I'm going to look for here is there a farm, by chance? There is. There's some creeper plant seeds. I don't see any melons. Why don't you guys grow melons? That's what I came here for. Alright, I might have to do a little bit of trading. We'll see. What do I got? That guy had the hiccups, apparently. Ooh, nice little bit of forestry. Hello, sir. You will trade me an emerald for some wheat, huh? Luckily, I know where to find some wheat. Let's put back on this thing so we don't have any issues. I don't have my watering can with me by chance, do I? That would be way too useful. Alright, I'm going to poke around and see if I can't find any of these guys who want to trade me for some melon seeds, or if I can just find melons in general nearby. I will be back in a minute as I poke around. Fortunately, no seeds there. I will mention that I found one of these nifty little railcraft villager houses. There's some cool stuff in here. I'm going to leave it here for now because my inventory is a little tight, but I'll definitely come back for it. And here's a villager who will trade you 10 emeralds equals a minecart. That's a terrible trade. I'm not doing that. Oh, you can get some neat stuff. Alright, continuing to look for melons. Looks to be getting dark out. Can I sleep through the night yet? Not quite. And I'm still having no luck finding any melons. Curses. Alright, looks like some nasty stuff going on. It's getting to be nighttime. I just had an ender mini sneak up on me, and I'm going to take a nap. Right here in my sleeping bag. Ha, cool. Awesome. Alright, we'll get this back on. Cool. Sneaky ender minis. They are nasty. Are there villagers in trouble? Ah! Alright. I'm not having any luck with seeds here, so I'll come look for another village. Back in a minute, guys, once I find one, hopefully. Alright guys, looks like I found another village, and I see several things on the map that look like they might be farms. So hopefully we've got some melon seeds here. If not, I have an alternate way to get melons. I wanted to find one this way, because in order for me to get melons, it's a little tricky, but we'll see what happens. So, hey, potatoes. I am a fan of potatoes. I absolutely want potatoes. There we go. Carrots. Wheat. Lots of wheat. Every plant that I want, except a certain one, happens to be represented in the 3-4 farms that are here. Well, I guess at least I got some things. Anything good in these treasure chests? I'll look around. Coal coke I'll grab, because that's good stuff. Anything up here, by chance? Nope. Alright, I'm going to see if I can trade back in a minute. Alright guys, looks like we're going to have to do some complicated stuff. I'm heading to the nether. I was not able to find any melons in my hunt for melons, sadly. So what I'm going to have to do? Well, we're going to find out. First things first. Let's pop up and kill a blaze real quick, because I need some blaze rods for what I need to make. Dun dun dun. Blazes, where are you? Oh, that's not the path I want to go down. Gotta watch out for wither skeletons too. But trust me, once I get the item I want to get, killing blazes should be child's play, and I'm not even kidding. No blaze rod yet. I see one in the distance there I might want to kill, but there's a wither skeleton in the way. And I got withering anyway. I tried to avoid it. Hooray, blaze rod! That's all I needed was just one, I think. Meet you back at the base. Alright, the reason I needed a blaze rod is because I already have one. And I need to make myself a nifty gadget, courtesy of, again, Botania. Ha, this is going to help me out. Alchemy Catalyst requires 2 brewing stands, a couple pieces of gold, and some living rock, living stone stuff. So let's make ourselves the brewing stands that we're going to need for this. That's why I needed a second blaze rod. And we're also going to need a mana pearl, aka an ender pearl infused with mana. Let's turn off our ring of magnetization while we're in here and go. And hopefully I've got plenty of living rock. So if I get alchemizing with mana going, this is a pretty nifty gadget. It allows you to do a little bit of, oh, that's going to actually be a problem. I can't do that here. Darn it. I'm going to need another thing. I can't do this here, so we're going to have to set up a second mana pool. So let's get one. It shouldn't be too hard. Just 5 more of these, And I'm actually going to have to upgrade it as well. So drop your diluted mana pool, as we know, into a mana pool with mana, and then we should be good. I'm going to set this up, I guess, like right over here for now. And what you do is you place the mana tool on, or the mana pool on top of the alchemy catalyst. I'm going to configure it so it's accepting mana from items. I'm going to drop my mana tablet on there, so that'll allow it to fill up a little bit. I don't know how much we need for this, but when the thing is on there, we can use Botania to do a little bit of alchemy. So what I want to do is find the entry here. Let's do alchemizing with mana. I don't know if it shows you all the recipes, but for example, you can convert rotten flesh into leather. You can convert different types of wooden saplings into each other. You can do all kinds of nifty conversions. The one I'm most interested in, however, is, drumroll please, dun, 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 dun. Not listed here. Okay, well, it's here, I promise, somewhere. What it is a carrot can turn into melon seeds. So we'll snag a carrot. And if I drop this on this pool, because it's got the alchemy thing on it, there we go, nice. Melon seeds, I like it. So let's set up, right over here I guess will be a good spot for it. And I'm going to get my watering can, because the watering can, while increasing the ticks of making plants grow, will also make it so that melons grow faster too. So let's get our watering can here. I should have it, there we are. There's an upgraded version of this watering can, but to say it's expensive is an understatement. There we go. And let's get ourselves a melon so we can finally make this awesome rune and armor and, you know, have some good stuff. So you can see we've already had a little bit of growth on the melon stem here, and we're probably going to get some flowers. I'll be back in a minute once this is done being watered. All right, melon time. Hooray! I like having melon seeds. Now, let's go ahead and get back to the crafting I wanted to do. So I needed to make a Rune of Summer, didn't I? So one of the baubles I wanted to make was the Pyroclast Pendant, which requires string. I've already got a Rune of Fire. I'm going to need a Rune of Earth and Air, which I actually think I have. Well, I've got the stuff to make the Rune of Fire. Earth and Air I've got. Now I've got the melon, and I'm going to need 2 sand and a slime ball. That should also not be too much of a problem. Though, believe it or not, sand's a little bit hard to come by. Get our slime ball. We'll get 2 pieces of cobble. You can see my cobble barrel's already filled up, which is kind of neat. And I'll go ahead and put 2 of these guys in here. Pull this out. That'll get me sand, right? Nice. All right, so let's go do a little bit of magic with Botania. And away we go. So to get this thing set up, I need this and this. So the Rune of Earth and the Rune of Air, right? Melon, slime ball, and 2 sand. Melon, slime ball, and 2 sand. Go. Ta-da! While that's cooking up, I'm going to make sure to get my living rock that I need. And then we're also going to need a Rune of Fire while we're at it. So let's go ahead and get that, because we need that for both things. So that's nether wart, gunpowder, and nether brick. Nether wart, nether brick, and I don't have my gunpowder on me. I must have left it somewhere. Let me teleport out of here and come right back with gunpowder. And I've got iron on me, right? Cool. This can be dropped on here and hit with this thing. Nice, Rune of Summer. That's so cool. I really like the crafting mechanic. In this mod, I really think it's a lot of fun. Playing with the runic altar and the mana pool. Like, to me, it's just a neat little thing. All right, so we want gunpowder, we want nether wart, we want nether brick, and we want 3 of these guys. That'll start making my Rune of Fire. As we can see, we've got that cool progress bar there, which I like. And then all I really need for the Pyroclast Pendant is string and 1 iron. So while that's cooking, I'm going to go get my string and iron. For string, and I already have another iron on there. I might need it because I'm crafting so many things now, I've kind of forgotten exactly what I need things for anymore. Are you ready for me yet? Nope, almost though. Oh, I'm short on mana. No, I have enough. Okay, so no, we're good. We're done. So Rune of Fire, combine this with my string, and 1 mana thingy, and we should be able to get the Pyroclast pendant. This thing's going to make it infinitely easier to farm for blaze rods, because it basically will immediately put you out whenever you're lit on fire. So if I'm going to go hunt blaze rods and get more blaze rods from blazes, you know, we've got armor, we've got automatic fire removal, we've still got the Journeyman Sash, so that's going to let me run faster. Overall, that's some pretty cool stuff. I like it. So now, 3 mana steel ingots, bone meal, fishing rod, and this sugarcane will get me the rune that I need for the flower that I'm actually working on. So that gets me the rune of water. We've already got a rune of fire because we just made one, so I just need wheat and 3 oak saplings. Sweet. So let me get those guys. Wheat, 1 and 3 oak saplings should probably be in here. Awesome. That'll be able to get me the rune that I need, and then on top of that, so that'll get me the rune of spring. So I'm going to need a couple more living rock here, please. Drop this on, ready to go? Not quite yet. There we go. So fire and water. Those 3 and that's all I need, right? Yes. Go. And then to get the flower I want, I'm going to need a red, yellow, green, and 3 lime petals. So let's see what I've gotten here. Red, yellow, green, and 3 lime petals. Red, yellow, green, and 3 lime petals, and you should be able to go like that. And finally, I need 1 lime. The green and the red need to be mana petals. So 1 lime, the green and the red need to be mana petals. And I think I'm ready to make this thing. So I just need that redstone root. Oh right, I forgot about that. It's easy to make though. The grass probably landed in my miscellaneous junk chest. It did. And I can put away this flower for the time being, and I'm just going to need a bit of redstone to get the redstone root. Cool. And here goes nothing. So to make this awesome flower, I need 2 lime petals. 1, 2. Did they land in there? I kind of hope they did. You, and you. Oh yeah, they're in there. You can see them floating around. And then the redstone root and the rune of spring. Rune of spring, redstone root, and then a seed. Nice. Agricarnation, ready to go. I'm going to take this over here along with, you know what I'm going to bring? Do I want to bring this mana pool or not? Yeah, why not? Let's suck this stuff back in here. So we're going to switch this to sparing mana to items. We're going to drain all the mana out of there for the time being. And then once it's empty, I'll make another mana pool for here later. I just want to get this taken care of. I'm going to bring this mana pool right here. And for now, I'm going to place it just on the side, like so. And up here, I'm thinking I want to have a dirt block right there. Yeah, that's where I want it. Right in the middle of the farm there, I'm going to place the agricarnation. So like I said, this is going to help the flowers. We're going to accept mana from items. It's going to help the flowers grow. And when I do this thing here, it should start cooking. Nice. And what we'll see is all these particle effects indicating that the flowers are growing faster now, or the wheat. Alright guys, so check this out. This flower is definitely helping to grow plants right around it. And our MFR machines should have no problem chopping this stuff down. Now for my next trick, I'm going to head to the Nether and set up a little bit of a blaze farm to be able to come in here whenever I want and kill blazes. You'll note now that because I've got this awesome pendant and I've got this awesome armor, fireballs should really kind of do very little to me. See? No issues at all. Lit on fire? Not a problem. Small amount of damage there, definitely much less than you would get otherwise. Nice. So if you do get hit directly with the fireball, right, like no problem, you're still going to take a little bit of damage, but aha, take that. Cool. So let's set up a quick little farm over here. I brought a bunch of cobblestone with me, which you should be able to see in my inventory. If we just take a jog straight over to here. I have a bunch of other junk on me too, so hopefully I don't have too many problems building this out. It's going to be a very basic, not, you know, fancy looking structure in any way, shape, or form, but it'll get the job done probably. Let's try and get, the first piece is always the hardest one to layer. Oh boy. Should have brought a bow and arrow with me or some kind of ranged weapon, but nice. So the key is to not stand in the fire. If you stand in the fire, then you're in trouble, but otherwise you should be fine. Yeah, I need to get some kind of good ranged weapon. Maybe I'll work on that next. I'm sure there's several ranged weapons I can come up with. Whoa boy, that was a close one. Close call, Dyer. And the best thing is because I've got this magnet ring, I don't have to worry too much about making sure I collect the flame rods, because yeah, that's not a big issue for me now. Cool. All right, I'm just going to build up around this thing, and I'll be back here in a minute. Ouch. When I'm done. Ouch. Maybe not. Hopefully. Well, I don't know if I'll need to farm these. By the time I get this place built, I'll have all the blaze rods I'll ever need. Alright, back in a minute, guys. Alright, guys. Several blaze rods later, and I've got everything I need for this nifty little farm. So what I'll probably wind up doing is just blocking it off entirely so that, you know, nobody can get in or out until I break this open. And now, just hang out in here and kill blazes all day. Might want to make sure I can heal up in between battles, but no biggie. And just break in whenever I need to. Sweet. They shouldn't spawn outside that. I think the radius of the spawner is such that they'll stay inside there, but if we run into problems, we run into problems, and we'll just deal with it. Cool. Alright, so lots of blaze rods now. Not have to worry about those for a little while, and teleporting back home. Alright guys, I think with that, we can probably wrap up the episode. So we've got a good cow farm going, we've got a much faster, you can see we're getting lots of carrots and seeds, and I just picked up some of the wheat that we had and dropped it into the feed station here, so the agricarnation is definitely boosting the speed at which our plants are growing there. Nice. It's looking good. For now, it's going to be a manual process to refill this pool, but I'll be honest with you, I don't know how rapidly the pool is going to drain out of its mana. I'm going to kind of keep an eye on it. If it seems to be using a lot of mana, I'll probably build an automated way to transfer mana from here over to there, and if it's not, well, then I'm not going to worry too much about it. So I might, in between this episode and next, make a couple more endo flames, just to have a few more you know, ways to generate mana. And I guess real quick, I'll go ahead and make that other mana pool that I said I would make. Yeah, might as well. So we're ready to do any more of that nifty alchemizing with mana as needed. Sweet. Cool. So for now, guys, I think it's a good wrapping up point for the episode. So Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We've got a pretty steady supply of food, and we've used a couple cool magic and technical ways to make sure that that food stays pretty much automated. We don't have to worry about it anymore. We can work on other things. We might come back and do a couple other things down the line, but at least for now, we're, you know, doing enough. And it looks like there's some kind of flower outside or something trying to make its way into my inventory, courtesy of my magnet. Let's go pick that up before it gets too upset at me. Oh, it's a bone. Okay. Cool. So, like I said, Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll be back next time. Plenty of more work to do. Probably going to start working on another new project. All right, guys. Take it easy.